Well, it is clear to me that all of my electronic devices are forming an alliance against me. Yesterday it was my laptop. Today it was my cell phone. I woke up after having charged it all night, or I thought I was charging it all night, to a white little battery icon on the top, meaning no battery, and it was flashing at me. So I unplugged it and plugged it back in, turned it off, turned it back on, plugged it back in, and it would go from like 1 bar to 4 bars, back to 1 bar, 2 bars, empty, back and forth, going nuts. Then at work it just like shut itself off. So I had to go to the US Cellular store and get a new battery, which, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. They swap it out for free, but still, it was just an inconvenience, and I don't like it. I don't like being inconvenienced. I don't like when my electronics try to ruin my life. And I'm nice to them. I mean, yeah, I've dropped them all a few times, but I name them. That's gotta count for something. And my laptop, this baby, is named Titus Andronicus. My iPod is called, what is the new one's called? Yorick. My phone is Osric. My old iPod was Malvolio. Are you seeing a pattern? They're all Shakespearean names. Every single one of my electronics has a Shakespearean name. And Octavius was my old phone. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I like to name inanimate objects. So, what I really want to say right now is that people are cunts. People are straight up bitches, and I hate them with hate. I was working today, and these 2 girls came in and ordered their drinks. You know, I'm chit-chatting with them, marking up their shit and putting it on the bar for my coworker to make. And the girl is like, "Is your last name blah?" And I'm like, "Yeah, creeper, I don't know you." And she's like, "I knew it. I know your brother." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," thinking like she's a friend of my brother. She's a friend of his friends. And I guess she went with them on their camping trip like last weekend, I think. And so she starts telling her friend right in front of me about how she doesn't like my brother, and that, and then the girl she was with was kind of like, maybe you shouldn't say that so loud because she's standing right there. But she didn't care, because then she turned and started saying it to me, to my face, and she's kind of laughing about it like she was doing nothing wrong. She's like, "Yeah, I don't like him, ha ha ha." You know what he did all through the camping trip? He worked out. And I'm like, okay. She's like, "Yeah, he had these cowbells, and he was in the corner of the tent." And I'm like, actually, they're called kettlebells, you stupid bitch. And yeah, so, and then her friend's like, "Oh, that guy?" So clearly she was talking shit about him to her. I'm just like, what makes you think that's okay? To go into, I mean, not that she was expecting to see me. First of all, I don't know how she even knew who I was. I don't look like my brother. And she's not friends with him on Facebook, so I don't know. She creeped at mine through somebody else, or I don't know. It was very strange. She's obviously a big creeper. And you just don't do that. I had a coworker who I was super close with. I hated her sister. Never said it to her. She probably knows, but I never actually said it in front of her, because that's just rude. You don't talk about people's siblings to the sibling. I don't get it. I would never do that. Like, I can talk all the shit I want about my brother, and what an asshole he is, and how much I want to punch him in the face daily, and how he eats all of my food when I buy it for myself, even though I label it in the fridge. mine, which means if you didn't write it, that's obviously not yours. I don't even have to put my name. Mine. That counts as me. He still eats it. I can talk about that. I can say all the shit I want because he's my brother. We came from the same vagina. And so it's okay for me to talk about him and make fun of him and yell at him and fight with him. It is not okay for any of you to do that because you are not his sister or brother. You don't know. I know him a lot better than any of you fuckers do, so don't. He always had my back when we were little. I had some bitches that would start shit with me in grade school, and he always had my back. So, no. I was really upset, and I was working, so I couldn't even do anything about it. I couldn't say anything. My boss, after they left, was like, oh, Catherine's about to throw down. I wanted to get crazy on this bitch. Throw some steaming hot milk in her face. Cunt. I couldn't believe that. I was just... Maybe this is not a big deal to anyone else, but it really boggled my mind that that happened. People are so rude. So rude. Manners just don't exist anymore. And I hate that about our society. I hate that I was born into that era of the death of politeness. No one says thank you. No one says please. No one says, well, I mean, not no one, obviously. The majority of people don't come into the store and say, hi. When I say, hi, how are you? Ha ha ha. You know, even with my fake smile, I don't care. I'm still saying it. And they're like, yeah, give me or, yeah, I'll have, can you stop 2 seconds just to say hi? And then ask for your drink, not tell me, demand it. I'm a human. They're not as bad as they were at Borders, customer-wise. Some of those people, I swear to God, it's like you see someone in a uniform or with a name tag behind a counter and they automatically go from, you know, respected human being to just above cockroaches. They were so rude to us. I was cursed before working at Borders. I got a hex put on me by this old gypsy lady. I was kind of scared. I don't even remember what the problem was. I think she had like 2 coupons that were the same and she wanted to use them both. And I told her no. Because we're not supposed to do that. Yet another reason that Borders is going under. Because stupid customers take advantage of the system. And so I told her she couldn't use her second coupon. And she was like, oh, this place, it is horrible. You, under the ground. And then she walked out. And I was just like, am I gonna die now? Because that crazy gypsy just cursed me? It was nuts. Who does that? And that wasn't even the first incident at my store while I was there that someone had been cursed. Like, not cursed out, but like literally hexed. And this time it was in Greek. It was one of my friends. He was ringing up some lady. I don't know what her problem was. I really don't remember. I don't know if I ever heard it. All I know is that our cafe supervisor, Jamie, who is Greek, was up there with him, which is rare because she never was up there ringing. It was just not, she was the cafe supervisor. Why would she be up at the main registers? But she was that particular day. And all I know is I was on the book floor and I suddenly hear screaming. This lady said to him in Greek, "May God cut off your legs." Who says things like this? Especially about stupid shit that does not matter. Like, oh my God, I can't get an extra 10% off of this book because my coupon is 6 months old. I totally need to put a hex on this person. Or tell them that they're a fucking incompetent idiot. That's completely justified, obviously. So, after she said that to him, Jamie, who was right next to him, ran after her and started swearing in Greek. I don't know what the hell she said to her, but she chased her out of the store. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I say that word a lot, but it was. I don't know why people are so rude to minimum wage workers. We work hard for our money. So hard for it, honey. I'm always like super duper nice to like cashiers or, you know, customer service type people because I know how it is. I know how inhuman you can be treated like an animal because, I don't know, they don't have to work behind a register, so they think they can be a total asshole to you. Yeah, so I'm always extra nice, like, hi, how are you? Even if they're like being super slow or doing something wrong or just kind of being grumpy, I figure 2 people before me was probably swearing at you in another language, and that's why you're in a shitty mood, or you had a bad day, or you woke up and just, you know, it's one of those days. Fine, that's fine. I'm still gonna be nice to you. I'm not gonna yell at you because what is it gonna change? Nothing. It's not gonna make the line move faster if I yell at you. And waiters too. I don't understand why people are rude to people that are handling their food. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to be rude to anyone unless they deserve it, but especially people handling things that are going to go in your mouth. So that includes me as a barista. I handle your food. I handle your drinks. I could so spit in it without you noticing. I don't. I would never do that. That's gross. But still, you should be nice to me just in case. If for no other reason, you know, not to be a decent human being, but just to make sure that your drink gets made without any bodily fluids going into it, or hair, or dirt, or anything like that. Have you seen the movie Waiting? If not, if you're one of those people that are rude to waiters, watch the movie Waiting, and I think you will think twice about it next time. Be nice to waiters. Tip them. Tip your barista. Be nice to them also. We're working hard. We're working our asses off to pay bills. So don't be a bitch. Don't be a rude ass cunt. That's all I have to say right now. Rude ass bitches up in here.